Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to continue to be your daily advocate. If you're new here or you're not subscribed for any reason, please do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button. Thank you to all of you who have been watching and following me for so long. It truly means a lot, and I'm glad that I can be this person.
The perfect time to be an investor in digital assets. We've seen some great growth over the last few years, but nothing like what's coming, and especially for things like XRP that are so undervalued, man. We are seeing the Federal Reserve, kind of laying out their playbook for what will happen. Central banks, we have governments around the globe. We have President Biden getting ready to issue an executive order bringing all the regulatory agencies to task, telling them, write the reports, get your suggestions and your findings to Congress. We're going to roll out the regulatory regime. We're going to pass the laws we will see regulate the space within the United States. Indonesia clearing the way for 200 and some odd cryptocurrencies to legally trade. We see India, one of the toughest places. I've always said, if you can work within India, China, and the United States, you're going to win this space. India rolling out their tax regime. They're going to be taxing 30% on capital gains. They're going to have a 1% surcharge in the acquisition cost of digital assets. I hope you recognize what's going on. You are going to see the adoption of this technology, things like XRP for cross-border payments, RippleNet. We're going to see, Bitcoin used to hold value on the balance sheet, smart contract capability, whatever, blockchain can actually keep up and scale. That still remains to be seen. There's going to be a lot going on out here. Once all the regulations are passed and the tax regimes, you're going to see your major institutions, your JP Morgans, your Fidelities, all of them offering digital asset custody and investment services to their clients. It's going to be massive. It's going to be, an avalanche of money coming into this space. Just make sure you're betting on the winners. Real value, your day's coming. It's going to be so big. It's absolutely ridiculous. I wouldn't worry too much about this SEC nonsense. When it's time, it's going to be behind us. And I don't think there's a digital asset more poised for adoption than XRP. With that big driver of value, Ripple, they're going to be the biggest publicly traded company within this sphere of cryptocurrencies. It's going to be huge. Cross-border payments, institutional trading. There's not a bigger force out there than Ripple, and their main weapon of choice is going to be XRP. Make sure you get your piece of the future, because it's arriving in a hurry. Open your eyes, see what's going on. Now, I have this first story here. Federal Reserve Bank of New York lays out possible stablecoin scenario. Stablecoins in the last few years jumped massively, nearly 5x in total value locked in stablecoins, 130 billion, and that's nothing compared to what's going to happen. And we see this report by the Federal Reserve. They're saying the following: if stablecoins were to see broad adoption through the financial system, they could have a significant impact on the balance sheet of financial institutions. We've already seen Musk and Tesla, add Bitcoin to their balance sheet. Stablecoins are a big part of that future. We used to have to fight against it. Was stablecoins going to be the only answer? Is it crypto? It's all part of a larger puzzle. Best believe every single company in the world is going to be holding not only crypto but also stablecoins on their balance sheet. Continuing with the article, with appropriate safeguards and regulations, stablecoins have the potential to provide a level of stability that is on par with traditional forms of safe value. This is so massive. They lay out in this Federal Reserve report, there's really two ways we can go. Number one is a central bank reserve-backed stablecoin, and a secondary, possible scenario we could go is commercial banks. Allow them to issue out stablecoins with their deposits that they hold on account. It's going to be interesting which way we go there. I have a feeling, though, the Federal Reserve knows which scenario. I think it's going to be number one. It's going to be the central bank-backed digital asset. That's what we're going to see. And again, it's not going to replace the need for, digital assets because, like Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, it's not tied to a fiat currency. You can't print anymore. It's finite. Yes, that's big. But stablecoins are a big part of this move to this new financial infrastructure we see rolling out. Now, lastly, again, as we've been talking about, the big changes we're going to see here in 2022, and once again, the XRP community has been ahead of things, been ahead of the curve all the way. What do we see now? Bitcoin evangelist Michael Saylor says clear crypto regulations would speed up institutional adoption. Tighter government regulations would actually be a positive catalyst for Bitcoin. This is what we have been yelling at the top of our lungs. We need clear regulations, and the Bitcoin maxis have been, fighting us all the way along. And of course, the Ethereum crew and all their backdoor deals, they haven't been looking for this. This is the way. This is what takes us to the prime time and allows your big institutions, your major investors to start pouring money into this space. And we really need a new asset class at this point in time. I mean, think about it. What are you going to do? You're going to sit on cash? You're going to get clobbered. You're going to, throw everything in on $3 trillion Apple? Where's the growth going to come from? What about real estate as we look at apartment complexes? You look at someone like Grant Cardone. He's basically taking people's money in and he has to place it somewhere. And he can't find anything to buy. He's always said you got to buy, within the Sun Belt. Well, now he's buying up in Minnesota and all over the place, way up in the cold. Why is he doing that? Because there's nothing else that he can buy that he can place people's investment. He's got to take their money and put it somewhere. He's got to stuff it somewhere, even if it's in somewhere awful. I'm sorry if you live in Minnesota. It's probably very nice. But it's probably not the normal place he would invest in. It's not the Sun Belt. It's not highly desirable. But there's no other options, right? You need somewhere to stuff your money. We're running out of places. Well, guess what? We got a new asset class on the horizon. It's coming quick. Then we see here from the same article, SEC Chairman Gary Gensler last month stated the agency is planning on crackdowns on Wall Street, including creating and enacting rules for cryptocurrency markets. Back in August, Gensler told Congress they need to grant additional powers for the SEC to regulate crypto. So this is all part of the plan. We know who's going to get those powers. Yeah, all these agencies are going to put their little packets together. Why do you think that Gary Gensler was picked? He was picked by the Biden administration because he's shown in the past with the CFTC that he can roll out regulations. He can bring, Wild Wild West type environments into compliance. That's what he did when he was the CFTC commissioner. And he has a background and an understanding in digital assets. And yes, right now he's playing this game that, hey, everything is clear. He understands they don't have authority. They're overstepping their authority as they attack real businesses like Ripple. And part of that might be to show exactly that. This court case isn't really going well for them. I think they're putting on a show on why we need new laws within this country, and they're going to get them. And guess what? Ripple's going to have to follow those laws. The SEC will as well, and everyone else within this space. When we look at the Federal Reserve, when we look at central banks, companies like Tesla and MicroStrategies, institutions like Fidelity, JP Morgan, we're seeing all around the world, whether it's China actually adopting, a digital yuan. You can download the app yourself. I don't suggest you do. You have Indonesia. You have, India. The biggest enemy of blockchain, now rolling out the infrastructure. United States, it's all coming together at just the right time. The Big Bang is on the horizon, people. Get your piece of the future. Hold on to it tight, because it's going to get crazy. And I think one of your biggest gainers of 2022 is going to be XRP. It's going to shock the world. I've been saying it for a while now, and I haven't, been shaking off that position yet. I think stronger than ever.
So enjoy your day, everybody. I'm always here for you. Leave any comments or questions below, and be sure to subscribe. But thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you. Enjoy your day, and I always have your back. So thanks so much, everybody.